The recruitment industry is broken, and it comes right from the very, very top. Okay, so you have some of the biggest recruitment companies in the world, and I've seen firsthand they are committing fraud, they are lying to people, they are scamming to people, and it's happening on scale globally. Okay, and I've seen this in a variety of different ways. It's not as if it's just one or two bad apples. There are definitely a lot of good people in the industry, and I don't want to paint everybody with the same brush, but it's not a case of it being a few apples. It's a case of the entire industry being broken. And it starts with the way that recruiters are compensated. Like it or not, they're very, very commission driven, very, very low, small salaries, and to make most of their money in commission, which means that, let's just be honest, there's a bias when it comes to recommending a candidate. That recruiter wants that candidate to get the job. They want them to stay in that job, even if they're not particularly the right fit. So we see recruiters every single day spamming irrelevant CVs, and anybody who's listening to this, who's gone through this, will understand exactly what I'm talking about. This isn't some brand new concept. I'm not reinventing the wheel here, right? This is pretty self-evident, right? Everybody's got really, really bad matches, which hurts the candidates as well because it's their reputation on the line. So commission-driven recruiters just spamming bad matches to try and get quick wins and those quick fees that you're talking about. But also it's really, really expensive. It costs a lot of money to pay people in commission. It costs a lot of money to have these big fancy offices that you see around London and these outrageous bonuses, which some of the recruitment directors get. So it's really expensive for a company to even use a recruiter. And then when they do use them, they get a really bad experience, like 90% of the time. It's slow, it's all manual, it's old school. They're not leveraging AI, they're not leveraging technology. They're doing it with like a written book and like taking down notes. It's just a traditional broken industry. But going a little bit deeper, I guess some of the things that I've seen would make your head spin, like Peter, honestly. Like I've seen recruiters for publicly listed companies pretending to be a candidate going on a job interview so that candidate has a better chance of getting the job, on like a phone interview where they can't see their face, and essentially they're lying, they're pretending to be that person so they can get that candidate in with the company. I've seen situations where recruiters have made fake CVs pretending to be the perfect fit for the role to try and get in there with the company, and then they'll say, look, is that person available? No, they've just been snapped up by one of your competitors, but here's some more people, and then they show their real profiles, which, look, they're not as good as the fake profile, but it gets them in the door. And a whole host of other very, very unethical things. So I think that industry is broken. I think it deserves to get the rep that it does. And that's why I'm really proud with what we're building at ALFA, because we're solving that problem. We're offering a much better and ethical way to that situation. The consulting practice doesn't use any of those ridiculous techniques. We do everything based on relationships. We win our business based on podcasts in the same way that you're doing here, by adding value and by recommendations and referrals. And then with the AI platform that we're building, it will replace 90% of the elements that are currently the manual steps that are happening within the recruitment world. And it just makes it a better, a faster, and a more streamlined experience.